Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me again. This is Mike with FlowTrack. So I'm doing another live stream, and we're going to be going over some of the chat features that the team just released. You guys got to see what this is. So let's go ahead and dive in. So this is the new chat system. There's tons and tons of enhancements that they just did. And the first thing you're going to see, if you guys are doing like multitasking, sales, customer service, support, all of that, right? You're probably multitasking like a madman in the system, just like us. And now we added tabs on the top so you can multitask with ease. So imagine you're talking to this customer and you're like, oh my God, I got to dive into their account. Like, okay, we'll just click this button and it pops up a new tab with the contact. You're like, great, that's amazing. You do what you need to do. You build them, you add a purchase, add them to a flow, add an opportunity, whatever you got to do. You dive back into the tab, the chat tab, and you're good to go. So that's how easy it is now to multitask in here. And by the way, if you guys have questions on here that you want answered, go ahead and just drop that in the comments. I'm going to see this. I'm going to answer those at the end and get all those questions answered. So that's one of the amazing things in here too that they did. Now let's dive into some of the other features. Now, another great way to use the system is sometimes you want to label a conversation as like sales, support, or tier 2. In our case, we got a tier 2 support system in here. And sometimes you want to dive back in and find those conversations later. Now you can actually do that up here in the dropdown. You can go in and click on label sales, and it's going to actually filter the conversations with that label now. So huge little usability enhancement right there. That's really amazing. The other thing I want to show you too is on the private notes, like let's say you mention a user, right? So I just typed in the @ symbol, my username is system demo, and then you say hi, you add a private note, right? Add this to the contact or the chat. The customer can't see this because it's a private note. That's why it's orange. But now you can actually go in the drop down and click on mentions, and you can see all the chats where you specifically have been mentioned. So that's also another little cool thing that the team did in here for usability. Now, the other thing that the team did is it got in the new reporting. So this is actually real-time reporting stats for the chat. So if you guys are doing sales, support, anything like that, you got real-time live stats based on conversations, unattended conversations, who's online, who's offline, what they're doing. Some great options in here. And you got customer satisfaction survey statistics based on the happy to frown faces that the customers rate, and you got the agent stats. You can see how many outgoing messages, and you can break it down by the duration, the time, look at individual agents, etc. You got stats based on labels. So the labels I just showed you, you can break it down by that, all in here too. By inbox and by team. So there's a lot of different ways you can break down the stats, but the live stats I think is the coolest part. That's super amazing. Definitely good job on the team by that. So come in and mess with the chat and the multitasking. Now you can have as many tabs as you want in there, but don't get carried away. Remember that at the end of the day, you may be like me and have 100 Chrome tabs open, but there's only so much space here. Maybe you can only fit like 20 tabs on the chat. So keep that in mind when you're using that. And the other thing that I want to show you in here, and we need more people to help us test this. So come into inboxes, click on add new inbox. And we got a new option now under WhatsApp. So if you click on WhatsApp, we used to only have WhatsApp via Twilio. And honestly, I didn't like the WhatsApp via Twilio at all. It was a horrible experience. I don't recommend that one at all. So what we did is we actually integrated directly with Meta or Facebook, right? So you now got an option in here. You can just integrate directly with Facebook. It's WhatsApp Cloud, and just plug in your WhatsApp details with Facebook. So you get the phone number ID, business account ID, API key, and you can now chat with WhatsApp inside the chat system. So super amazing feature in here. You guys got to come in here and help test this out. So we need people to come in here and plug that in. So get in there, get started using the chat system. And if you guys have any more usability enhancements that you want, just let us know. We're constantly making this better and better as we go. And now I'm going to dive into any of the questions or comments. So drop them in the chat if you got any questions. So the first one says, great energy today. I love it. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. We had a ton of comments on the last videos. I think everyone got their answers done about 5 minutes ago. So if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. We'll take a look. And thank you so much for being a flow tracker, and hope you guys enjoy all the big chat changes today. Have a great day. Bye.